So, in the digital world, we all think visibility is everything, right? But what if just being seen isn't actually enough? Today, we're going to dig into something super important but often overlooked, the powerful connection between your brand's reputation and how you actually rank on Google. This is a big one.
Okay, does this sound familiar? You've worked so hard, you've finally climbed the search rankings, you're right there on page 1, and crickets. The clicks just aren't coming. It's a really common problem, and it points to a simple, powerful truth. Just because people can see you doesn't mean they trust you enough to click.
So to figure this out, we need to look at the two big pillars of digital success, branding and SEO. For years, I think we've all treated them like they're in totally separate worlds, right? Like different departments that don't talk to each other. But what we're about to see is that their real power only gets unleashed when they work together.
Yeah, for the longest time, we've kind of put these two in separate boxes. Branding, its whole job was to build trust and loyalty to create a dedicated audience. And SEO, its job was to go out and find a new audience using rankings and traffic. They seem like totally different goals, don't they? Well, that's the part that is completely changing.
All right, first up, let's just get on the same page about what we mean by branding. In today's world, it's not just a logo. It's the entire experience someone has with your company online, from your website to your social media, all of it. And when that identity is consistent everywhere, it builds familiarity. And you know what familiarity builds? Trust.
And what about SEO? Well, it has evolved so much beyond just stuffing keywords into a page. I mean, modern search engines are incredibly smart. They're looking for signals of credibility. They're looking for a great user experience. And this leads to a huge realization. Google itself actually cares if people trust your brand.
And that brings us to the main event. When you stop treating these as separate things and you start weaving them together, wow, something really powerful happens. You basically create this unstoppable engine for growth. Let's break down the three biggest benefits.
The benefits here are almost immediate. First off, you're going to get more clicks. Simple as that, just because people recognize your name. Second, when they get to your site, they stick around longer because they already trust you. And third, the internet itself starts buzzing about you, which tells search engines, hey, this one's an authority. So let's dive into each of these a little closer.
I want you to think about how you search for things. You type something in, you see a list of results. If one is from a brand you know, and the other is a total unknown, which one are you more likely to click on? It's the known brand, right? Almost every time. A recognizable brand name is like a mental shortcut. It tells your brain, this link is safe, this one is reliable.
Okay, so they've clicked. Now what? Well, that trust you've built keeps them on your site. They're way more likely to explore, maybe click on a few different pages, and really read your content. All of these actions, they are powerful, positive engagement signals that search algorithms absolutely love to see.
And finally, when you build a real brand, something else happens. People start talking about you. They'll mention you on social media, they'll link to your articles, they'll bring you up in online forums. Search engines are constantly scanning for this kind of chatter. They see all these brand mentions as solid proof of your credibility, and that directly builds up your digital authority and, you guessed it, your rankings.
All right, so we get the why. We understand why this is so critical. But what about the how? How do we actually do it? This next part is basically our blueprint for putting all this theory into practice. We're going to look at exactly where branding and SEO meet in your day-to-day work.
So where does this magic really happen? Well, it happens at 4 key places where these two worlds collide. Content is the most obvious one. It's the bridge. But don't forget your brand's visual identity and images, your reputation in local searches, and even the trust you build through others. All of it plays a huge role in your SEO.
You know, it all really boils down to this simple idea. Content marketing is the bridge that connects your branding to your search optimization. I mean, think about it. Your content is how you express your brand's voice and build that trust. And optimizing that very same content is how you make sure the right people find it. It's truly the perfect marriage.
And hey, this isn't just about the words on the page. Every single image on your website is a branding opportunity. Using your consistent colors, your logo, your unique style, all of that reinforces who you are. And when you optimize those images with things like descriptive alt text, you're helping search engines understand them too. Suddenly, your visual brand is part of your SEO strategy.
Now, if you're a local business, listen up, because this is a total game changer. Local SEO isn't just about getting your pin to show up on a map. It's about becoming the go-to, trusted name in your community. That consistent visibility in local searches builds the kind of regional authority that actually brings real customers through your door.
Okay, let's shift gears and look to the future for a minute, because blending your brand and SEO isn't just a cool tactic for today, it is the core strategy for the future of search, and frankly, it's getting more important with every passing day.
You know, as search keeps evolving, it's becoming way less about just keywords and much more about ideas and authority. I mean, think about it. With voice search, people are asking for brands by name. AI-powered search results are going to prioritize sources that they see as trustworthy. And search engines now understand your brand as a whole entity, not just a collection of keywords. The takeaway here is crystal clear. Without a strong brand, you honestly risk becoming invisible.
At the end of the day, it really all comes down to this. The goal isn't just to please some algorithm anymore. The real goal is to build a brand that is so trusted, so recognizable, that both actual people and the search engines they use can't help but see you as the authority. That is the real key to long-term, sustainable success.
So I'll leave you with this question for your own strategy. As search gets smarter and more human-like, are you building a business that's just chasing the next keyword trend? Or are you building a brand that people will actively, intentionally search for? The answer to that question is going to define your future online.